Hi people, thanks for joining me once again. I'm glad to see you here. It's really great to have you back again for another video. In today's video, you're going to love this one because we're going to be talking about Ecomi, the OMI token, VEVE App, and of course the GoChain, which is the blockchain that makes it all happen. So we're going to talk about all of that in today's video. I'm going to explain everything you need to know about the OMI token. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get through this. It's going to be the fastest video you've ever watched about anything ever. So let's go. Okay, I think you may have a point. It's time for me to chill out. Funny enough, the founder of this project we're talking about today has given me a great idea on how to chill out. So let's do that first. Really, just don't know why I keep rushing everything all the time. It's time to calm down, James. Let's just dig into one of these beautiful, lovely snacks. Welcome to Crypto Chakra, where everything is chill despite the market being red. I tell you what though, it's just as well that my forehead is big enough for that last skit. I could fit the universe in there, as you can see. Whew. Right, let's crack on into the video. I seriously will try to actually be a bit calmer in today's video, and at least take a breath between my actual sentences. So let's get going, let's talk about it. We are of course talking about Ecomi today, the OMI token, and what I expect from it this year. This NFT platform is not a standard marketplace. In fact, it is actually pretty damn cool what they're doing, and it is all about licensed content. Its app, VEVE, takes NFT collectibles to the next level, and I mean they really does. It is some next level amazing stuff going on with the app, and it brings your Niftys to life in the most exciting way I've actually seen so far in the whole Nifty industry. To say I'm excited about this project would be an understatement, but maybe you wouldn't know that because I am trying to be more calm in this video. So perhaps it's not coming across because I'm not shouting it and rushing through this video as quickly as I normally do. And there we go, I was about to go off again, wasn't I? Let's calm it down, James. It's exciting. These guys, they don't need to know that I'm overexcited about it. They'll get that by the end of the video. Let's chill it. Let's go through this. Let's talk about it because there's a lot to get through. And I think there's some really great information for this project, considering that it is going to make a big difference in the market. It is quite under the radar still, I think. Before we get into it though, do me a massive favour if you could please like, subscribe and share this video with your friends. YouTube are actively trying to suppress crypto content. You've seen it. They're shadow banning people. They are reducing the views and suggestions for crypto content. So please make sure that you share this with people. And if you could do me another big favour and just feed the algorithm a little bit as well, that will help get our video out in front of more people and share the news about this amazing nifty marketplace. So in this video, I'm going to explain what Ecomi is. I'm going to explain how the OMI token works, the tokenomics behind it, what the VEVE app is, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about GoChain as well, the blockchain that it's all built on. Then I'm going to round it off by telling you why I'm excited about this project, and then I'm going to give you my amazing and obviously insane price prediction for this project moving forward this year. But first, a warning. You all know it, this isn't financial advice, guys. I am not giving you advice and not telling you to buy this project. And I'm not telling you to buy or sell anything, to be honest. You gotta remember, I am a trader and investor myself. I've got years of experience in this space, but this is my opinion on this is my trades and what I'm doing in the market. It is not advice for you guys. You can, of course, use this video as a starting point, but make sure that you do your own research. I can't say it enough. Always make sure that you are researching projects before you go sticking your hard-earned cash into them. So with that warning out of the way, back to the video. First up then, what is Ecomi? Who's behind it? Well, Ecomi is a blockchain ecosystem. It's got two parts. It's the ecosystem and then a secure wallet. It's actually a subsidiary company of another company called Orbis Blockchain. Now, this company actually is from New Zealand, and their founder, David Yu, he's actually got quite a bit of experience working in fintech. Actually worked on a banking app prior to moving over to working on Ecomi. The actual company itself is a blockchain developer company, so they've got experience in this space. The co-founder and COO, Daniel Crovers, is also a tech wizard. He built a web agency and has obviously got some dev experience. So that's really cool. And before that, and this ties back to the joke at the beginning, he actually ran a publication called Herb, which was New Zealand's premium website and source of all things marijuana cooking related. And one of the books that he wrote was, of course, the Stoner's Cookbook. So I have to say thank you, Daniel, for that book, because it has helped chill me out so much in this video, and I'm sure that my regular subscribers will agree. I am, of course, not endorsing drugs of any kind. It is a joke, guys. But yes, Daniel did actually do that, and good for him. I'm glad he has an interesting hobby. All of the people behind these blockchain projects seem to have really interesting hobbies these days. And let's be honest, if I was to follow the Stoner's Cookbook, I don't think I would actually get any work done, so it's best I avoid it altogether. Now, it's clear that the team behind Ecomi have got a lot of experience in tech, and they know what they're doing, and I'm pretty sure they are going to pull off everything that they've got planned. They've done quite a lot so far. Yes, it's had teething problems. We'll talk a little bit about those later, especially in the app itself. But it's to be expected. Remember, guys, this app, the VEVE app that it runs, is still in beta mode. These problems are going to be there. We're going to see this sort of thing happen. I know the app was offline a little bit this week. And there have been problems for people trying to get in time and actually be able to buy some of these nifty drops that they're doing. Now, despite the bumpy start, I think that Ecomi and the VEVE app have a very, very promising future, one with some fantastic potential behind it. So I'm going to tell you all about that in today's video, don't you worry. So what are the actual two parts of Ecomi? Well, you actually have the Ecomi collectible ecosystem, and then you also have the Ecomi secure storage wallet. We're not really going to talk about the wallet too much in this video. It's not all that relevant, although again, it's another great example of how much experience and skills the Ecomi team have. They were able to develop a wallet, a physical hardware wallet that works on GoChain and apparently works very well and looks pretty neat as well. Now, the ecosystem side of it, the Ecomi ecosystem, has actually been built on GoChain. Now, this chain was developed in 2017. It is a version of Ethereum. However, it is meant to be much faster and a hell of a lot cheaper to actually use. In fact, 10,000 times cheaper for fees than Ethereum. The chain is completely Ethereum compatible, so you can use Truffle, you can use OpenZeppelin, you can use Solidity, and you can port any Ethereum app, dApp I should say, with minimal fuss. Now, GoChain is not one of the most popular chains out there. I hadn't really heard too much about it beforehand. I knew of its existence, but didn't really know anything about it up until hearing about Ecomi. So now I think that we will start to see more attention on GoChain as a result of the VEVE app and Ecomi on there. We can already see that VEVE is ramping up their user base, which is bringing people over to GoChain. So I do think that the chain itself could see some bigger adoption over the next year as a result of this one single dApp being built on it. Now, GoChain is very enterprise focused. It actually uses something called proof of reputation instead of proof of work. So this is why it's much faster. It's kind of trying to hit a balance between, the whole decentralized, centralized issue. And it's gone about doing that by basically using its own version of proof of authority. Now, proof of authority is where you stake your identity down on your node, and if anything goes wrong, well, people know who you are and they know who to blame for any bad actions that your node takes. Now, proof of reputation actually takes it one step further, and it says, no, individuals cannot run nodes. It has to be companies. And so they actually have a list of companies, not huge amounts of companies, so it's not super decentralized, but enough that I wouldn't worry too much about it right now, especially as it's only going to be used I'm only going to be using it for this one dApp at the moment. But the idea here is that companies are even more responsible than individuals, because the company's reputation is on the line. And I'm assuming as well there could be legal ramifications for them as well if they actually act in bad faith on the network. Now, so those companies include Lenovo, Red Cat, there's the University of Nicosia, there is Penn State University, there's also Dish and Sling, as well as Conservation International and KuCoin, are all running nodes on this chain. So you are giving up some of that decentralization, but you're getting faster transactions and cheaper ones as well. And looking at gas fees right now, it's kind of a decent compromise, to be honest. Now, as a little bonus, I'm going to just quickly tell you about how GoChain actually works with its token. It has its own native token called Go. That token can actually be purchased on a number of exchanges. Binance have it against Bitcoin. It's available on KuCoin, Bittrex, and also as well on Upbit. Because it is a different chain, you will need to actually do a chain swap to be able to get your Ethereum over to use on the Go chain itself. So you'll need to go to chainswap.org, where you can actually swap your Ethereum over to Go. And then if you want to actually get hold of OMI token, you'll need to go to Goswap.exchange, and you can exchange Go there for any of the tokens that are available on GoChain. In fact, GoSwap is pretty much a Uniswap clone where the fees are pretty much non-existent. Now, if that sounds like too much work, you can actually buy OMI token from BitMax. I think it's called Ascend FX now, but you can buy it from there. And also now, as of this week, you'll be able to buy it on Uniswap as well. So with Ecomi actually operating their NFT platform on GoChain, it actually reduces gas fees by a huge amount, and it takes that out of the equation, which makes it perfect for an NFT platform. Now, in the white paper, they actually called the app the Ecomi Collect app, but that's actually been rebranded as VEVE, and the app itself is quite fantastic. Yes, there's teething problems. There are issues with it. I'm not going to lie about that, but what they're doing with Niftys, to me, I think is just incredible. And VEVE is the app that interacts with the Ecomi ecosystem. VEVE isn't an attempt at highbrow digital art. It's not trying to be super rare. It's actually the kind of vinyl figurines and collectible comic book type of NFT platform. This is about fandoms. This whole platform is built on pop comic culture, and I absolutely love it for that. The last time I checked, the app officially had over 60,000 users, but I have heard in other reviews that that's well over 100,000 now, and the app is still in beta. The user base is growing, and it is growing fast. In fact, it's growing so fast, it is causing big problems for people. People are not able to get in on the nifty sales and the drops fast enough, and things are selling out before people have even had a chance to take part. Now, it's a problem that the team there are working very hard to try and resolve, but as with any of these things, when they're trying to build an app, you want to get the app out as fast as you can and then fix things as you go. As long as the underlying Solidity contracts, the smart contracts are solid, then the other stuff around it, I guess, gets fixed in process, which is what we're seeing with this app. And I mean, it is in beta still, so it's to be expected. What I love so much about this is the actual amazing licensed content that they have. You haven't got to worry about fake items or fake artwork being sold on it like you would on other platforms, or people cutting and pasting. Here, this is all about collectibles from known licensed brands, and these collectibles aren't like just drawings and pictures, they're actually 3D models. They've got some from some really big names. DC Direct, Adventure Time, Star Trek, Jurassic Park, Back to the Future. There's even the NFL coming to the platform soon. What really makes this platform stand apart from the others, though, is the amazing way that it actually displays your Nifty collection. The Niftys are all 3D models, which you can actually display in a showroom, like a gallery of sorts, that you can actually display them the way you want to. This, to me, is really cool. I think that it would be also really great if there's some way that the developers could get that into VR chat, maybe a plugin or something like that. Be pretty awesome, inviting people into VR chat to come and have a look at your Nifty collection that you picked up on VEVE. The other thing that you could do is augmented reality with the app as well, so you can actually project it, effectively project it via your phone into your actual room and then take photos of it, even at 1-to-1 scale. There is a secondary market, so you can actually buy, sell and trade your Nifties on the secondary market. And something that I think is very cool coming up is going to be gamification of the platform. So you'll be able to play video games where your characters that you've picked up as NFTs will be playable in those mini games. I think that's pretty cool stuff. I'm just very excited about it. I think it's an amazing product. I think that that's what we need from NFTs. We need something to define them, to make them different from just a JPEG in a file, something that makes them stand out. And that's what really struck me about VEVE. That's why I'm very excited about this one in particular. There are new licenses being added all the time. Every Thursday they have a new drop. This week they've just got listed on Uniswap. It is wrapped OMI, but it's on Uniswap there as well. And I'm very hopeful that some of the bigger exchanges are going to catch on to this project, especially as they see there's 100,000 users of it, and start to list this token on them. Places like Binance, perhaps, hopefully. Now, like I mentioned, there have been problems with the app, and it has left people frustrated, but those problems are going to be ironed out. And again, as soon as they make the whole way of doing the drops fairer for people, I think that too is going to be a big push and going to really boost the sales on the platform, as well as getting more people involved as well. Now, currently you have to use OMI tokens to actually be able to buy any of the Nifties on the drops, and that token is used for buying, trading and selling in the marketplace as well. Fees are super low, so that's a big bonus. You're not going to pay $45, $50 to actually get hold of your Nifties. So that is a bit of a relief. But bear in mind, there is a 750 billion token supply for OMI as well. So it is a hefty supply for it. But at the moment, only about 168 billion of them, I think, are actually available and in circulation. And if you're worried about VCs dumping, the great news there is that actually I think the token lockup for the VCs on this project is over already, and it wouldn't make much difference anyway. During the pre-sale, private sale, and the IEO that they did, they actually sold them at 1 Satoshi each, and that was for everybody, even those who got in on the private sale. So there wasn't any disparity there, and again, no big incentive there for anybody to do any coin flipping. Now, there's a huge amount of the OMI token in lockup still under various development funds and different areas that they want to use in marketing, that kind of thing, and liquidity, as well as, of course, a big portion of it's been put aside for being as a reserve, so they can do the whole conversion and wrapping of the token as well. Like I said, 750 billion tokens sounds like a huge amount. I mean, it really is a huge amount of tokens, but it is a utility token, and I'm going to make this point again later, but right now I want to point out that the real value on this platform is going to be the Nifties you can buy. Now, the tokens, actually 10% of them, I believe, are being burned or at least locked up after every single drop. And there's a drop every Thursday. So they are locking up a lot of tokens as each drop happens. In that case, you could argue that OMI is in fact a deflationary token. And if the demand is high enough there, you will see the price of that token actually increase as a result. Now, I have heard from a few different places that the team are trying to develop a way, or are looking at developing a way, to be able to transfer your Nifties outside of the VEVE app and outside of GoChain as well. Because I can tell you now, I would love to see a way that we could actually wrap a Nifty from the VEVE app and then be able to put it on OpenSea to sell it to a much larger marketplace, or at least have the option to do that in the future, because people are already trying to sell their collectibles on places like eBay, for example, where you can see here that people are selling their collectibles for free, $400. In fact, if you look here, this Powerpuff Girls one, somebody's after over $4,000 for it, which is impressive considering that each one of those Powerpuff Girls was around $15 or $16 at the time of the drop. Having that interoperability with Ecomi would make the token and the Nifties themselves fly in value. So how much do I think it's going to be worth? I think that's the question you really want me to answer, is how much will one OMI end up costing? So right now, the app itself, VEVE, is getting a big following, 100,000 downloads and more, from what I've been told. And of course, more and more people are starting to hear about it, myself included. The user base is growing, but it still hasn't had the crazy media attention that some of the other NFT platforms have actually had. And because the market cap isn't all that high at the moment, I actually think that there could be a lot of room for growth in the price. Now, it shouldn't come as much of a surprise, but the actual collectible industry itself globally is worth $200 billion. So even if we were to only get a 2% slice of that market, that would actually put us into the top 20 coins, and that would probably bring the token price up to about 5 cents a token, or maybe even 6. So I do think that there's a good chance you could 5 or 6x your investment into Ecomi right now. If, however, they could make Ecomi and the VEVE app go mainstream and really take it out to that wider, bigger market, the $200 billion market of collectibles, and capture even more of it, this token could be worth huge amounts. But where's the real value going to be? It's going to be in those Niftys. People who get hold of those early ones before it goes mainstream. Those are the ones that are going to make you the big money. Yes, you may be able to 5x, 6x your investment in OMI token itself, but look at the prices people are selling those collectibles for on eBay, and you can already see that they're getting 100x, 1000x for some of them from just the collectibles themselves. So yes, I am super bullish on OMI, not because I think the price of the actual token is going to go through the roof. I think it'll do well, but because I actually think that if I can get in there and hopefully, if they sort out the way that they do the drops and make it a bit fairer for everyone, I can get hold of a few of them, and in a few years' time, I'll 1000x my investment in my collectible items. Now, I hope you found this video helpful, guys. If you did, please do like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell to be notified about all of our newest videos. It really does help me out and helps the channel grow. I do appreciate it. Hopefully, I was a little less hyper in this video, or at least more understandable, and didn't give you all stress headaches from speaking too quickly. I really enjoyed talking to you about this project. I think it's got really great potential, and I'm sure we'll be talking about it again in the future. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!